The Royal Academy. This is Part 9, Paper 1, Unit 1, UGCNET. See, today in this class what we are going to see is elements and types of evaluation. Evaluation in choice-based credit system in higher education, computer-based testing, innovation in evaluation system. Let us see the first one, evaluation system. Let us see what is evaluation system. Evaluation is important or not? Yes, it is very, very important to evaluate a student, whether he acquired knowledge or not. Okay, for that, this system is very, very important. Evaluation is a systemic process which involves in the use of different types of activities for assessing the outcomes of teaching. So whether the child understood the concept or not, how a teacher know is through evaluation. So it helps the teacher to understand the needs, interest and potential of students. Evaluation can be defined as the process of collecting, examining and reinterpreting the data on knowledge, skills, beliefs and attitudes of students for assessing the magnitude of their learning. Now, fifth point is the data can be collected by taking a test of students, interviewing them, or by observing them silently. Teachers keep a record of students' performance data and analyze it to know about trends in their performance. Seventh point is if the student's performance turned out to be unsatisfactory, then changes can be made in teaching method and aids so that students understand better. See, this evaluation system is very, very important. If the student score low marks, then the teacher understood that he did not understand the concept what he taught. Okay, so evaluation system is very, very important to evaluate whether the knowledge is acquired by the student or not. Now, eighth point. Evaluation also stimulates the students to study. And after the class, the evaluation shows whether the child understood or not. If the teacher evaluates a child by giving good words like very good, so that words stimulates or she gives a scores in the sense that stimulates the students to learn more and more. Now, let us see types of evaluation. First evaluation is placement evaluation. You might have heard about the entrance test. That is this one. Okay, placement evaluation. Whether the student is eligible for that course or not. Okay, let us see one by one. This is also known as pre-evaluation or initial evaluation. Such an evaluation is carried out at the beginning of the course or term. It helps in identifying the person has prerequisite knowledge or not. It aims at checking the required entry-level eligibility condition. Whether the student is eligible for that course or not will be done by the entrance exam. It can also be conducted to check the aptitude and caliber of student. This is very, very important. So we have to check whether the student is caliber or not to see, for example, MBBS in the sense the student should have some knowledge regarding that MBBS, then only he has to have some caliber to do or perform as a doctor. Okay, so this evaluation is very, very important. Now, fifth one, quantitative techniques in the form of entrance test and interviews or the qualitative techniques like observation, cumulative records can be used for evaluating the students. Evaluation of the student is very, very important. He should not be wrongly placed. So, such an evaluation intends to analyze the cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain. These three domains are very, very important in a person. See, cognitive domain in the sense how far he is having the ability of the brain. Okay, and affective in the sense his feelings, various feelings. Now, psychomotor in the sense her skills, how he perform. See, for example, let us take a doctor. If he is doing an operation, if he has a particular skill, then only he can perform well. Okay, so that is what these three, cognitive, affective and psychomotor domain. This can be checked only through the placement evaluation. Now, formative evaluation, second one. Paul Black. Paul Black. Paul Black. You have to keep this in mind. He only propounded this formative evaluation. Okay. Now, how? He has compared with his evaluation with chefs conducted during cooking, with it the taste of food during the process of cooking. So he tests the chef and the best one will be selected. So at this stage, improvements can be made depending upon the need. Similarly, during the teaching learning process also, the teacher can evaluate the students, how far they understand the concept, what he taught. Okay. Now, fourth point. If any problems are found, then the teaching methods, aids or approach can be improved. If he found any problem in that, then the teacher change his methodology as well as his teaching aids also, and the approach, how to approach the student, that is also very important. So that will be improved after this formative evaluation. Now, this can be in the form of class test, quiz, pre-board exams, chapter test, unit test, weekly test, monthly test, etc. All these are the formative evaluation we can conduct for the students. But these are not graded. Okay. It will provide feedback to the teacher regarding effectiveness of the teaching methods, aids, and approach used. There is no risk of loss of marks in the formative evaluation. Students, so they show very interest for attending this formative evaluation because it is not graded. It reinforces the learning among students. It is also called internal evaluation. So this is called as internal evaluation. This takes place inside the classroom. Now, next one is summative evaluation. This is very important evaluation. This is called as external evaluation. How we are going to see now. See, this is also performed by Paul Black, and he compared this kind of evaluation with the stage when the food is finally served to the customer. Now the chef cannot make any changes and his dish will be judged by the customer whether it is tasty or not. Okay. Similarly, at the end of the term, the teacher's task of providing information to the students is complete. That is, the teacher has completed his syllabus, everything. After that, there will be final assessment of the students. But how far he is acquiring, or how far he acquired the knowledge will be tested or assessed at the end of the term. Okay. Now, fifth one, it can be in the form of term end exam or final exam or board exam, projects to be submitted at the end of term papers, etc. Sixth one, these are graded. Okay. Formative is not graded, but here summative is graded and certificates and degrees are awarded depending on the performance. Who performed well, and the next grade, who is first rank, second rank, third rank, or the 100% or 95%, 98%, that will be graded during the summative evaluation. There is no risk of loss of marks. There is a risk of loss of marks in summative evaluation. If he answered wrongly, he'll lose his marks. Okay. So the students will have lesser interest in experimenting with ideas. So definitely they prepare well and they come for the examination. So this exam is also very important, through which the students acquire knowledge. Now, diagnostic evaluation. This is one step ahead for the formative evaluation. What is happening here in the sense? Formative evaluation identifies the problem, whereas diagnostic evaluation diagnoses the cause of such a problem. It is more comprehensive. It is based on evaluation of affective domain with the use of qualitative techniques. Now, diagnostic evaluation can also be used in the beginning of the course or the term known to know about the prior knowledge of the learners, so that the teaching process can be adjusted accordingly. See, for example, I'll give one example. There is a classroom. Okay, I'll give one example. There is a classroom. This classroom consists of two groups of students. That is 50% are intelligent. Okay, 50% are intelligent and 50 are average people. So what the institute can do or the teacher can do, in the sense they divide this into two different groups and put into two different classes. Okay, they put into two different classes. Now the teacher gives a works according to this intelligent students, and the teacher can assess the work according to this average students. So both will be equally treated, and as well as they acquire knowledge according to their capability. Okay, so this is called as diagnostic evaluation. Who diagnosed here? The teacher diagnosed that these 50 are intelligent and these 50 are average. According to that, the work will be given later. Now come here, norm referred evaluation and criterion referred evaluation. This is also very important. That is, now let us see what is norm referred evaluation and criterion referenced evaluation. Okay, so in norm, these two are, that is norm and criterion referenced evaluations are two different ways of evaluating a student performance. How? Let us see. In norm referenced evaluation, the performance of one student, this you have to keep in mind, the performance of one student is compared with others. While in criterion referenced evaluation, there are no comparison. The results are stated on the basis of certain criteria. Okay, there is no comparison. So now let us see the example. Okay, for example, A scored. Okay, A has scored 98%. How much he scored? 98% he scored. Okay, now person marks in the test. So this is called as criterion referenced evaluation. What is criterion referenced? We denoted that A scored 98%. That's all. Okay. So what is this one? Norm referenced evaluation. What's norm referenced evaluation? Let us see here. A has scored highest marks in test in class. Means it is comparing A's score. How much score? A scored highest marks. Highest marks, he is a highest marks scorer in the class. So he is compared to other people. So that is called as norm referenced evaluation. Norm referenced evaluation. Criterion in the sense no comparison. Okay. Now let us see. Evaluation in choice-based credit system in higher education. Okay. In the choice-based credit system, students can opt for student subjects from the available choices. Students have no complete the required credit. Students have to complete the required credit in order to obtain the course certificate. If they want to get the course certificate, they have to complete the required credits. Okay, then only they get the course certificate. How? Let us see. Credit points and grade points are awarded to students on the basis of these. The semester grade point average. Semester grade point average, keep in mind. SGPA, semester. See, each and every semester, for example, if it is an MA course, MA in the sense 2 years it will be, isn't it? Two years. So in 2 years they have 4 semesters, isn't it? They have 4 sem. So each and every sem will be awarded a marks grade. So in that the 4 semesters, after completion of these 4 semesters, then there will be a cumulative grade point, or cumulative grade point will be given, is calculated on the basis of the performance in all semesters. Okay, so CGPA means cumulative grade point average. Okay, that will be calculated after the completion of MA, after the completion of 4 semester. Okay, now grades, it is in text performance denoted by various grades like this. Then grade point is numerical. Grades means denoted by the letters. Techniques of evaluation. There are so many techniques of evaluation to test. That is, in that first one is test. So this test can be written or oral. It can be written or oral. Okay. Oral test can be like viva or interview. Written test can be the multiple choice questions, short questions, or essay type questions. Okay. Written test can also have a mix of different types of questions. Multiple choice questions, the understanding of the students. Test the understanding. Which test the understanding? Multiple choice question test the understanding. Then what is this descriptive questions? It can be used to test the retaining ability of the students or for testing their understanding, whether they understood the concept or not. That will be tested only by the descriptive questions. See, let us see the example. There are two different questions, right? Define teaching aptitude. Another question is define teaching aptitude in your own words. Okay. So a child is defining the teaching aptitude. How he is defining the teaching aptitude? He is taking from his brain and he is put it on the paper. Okay. This is called as defining teaching aptitude. Whereas define teaching aptitude in the sense whatever he studied, he put in his own word. The concept. Okay. So he put in his own word. This is called as define teaching aptitude in your own words. So from these two, what we understand here, he understood the concept and he is able to answer the question, define teaching aptitude in your own words. Whereas here, he just recollect all the matters what he learned about this define teaching aptitude. Okay. Now see, so test examine the theoretical knowledge and understanding of the students. In other words, it can be said the test evaluate the cognitive domain. Test can be pen and paper based, computer based, or adaptive. This also you have to keep in mind. It can be pen, paper based, or computer based, or adaptive. Okay. It's a quantitative technique of evaluation. Now see, practical examination. Practical examination in the sense, this exams check the skill of the student. Okay. So this can be also conducted depending upon the subject. These evaluate the practical knowledge of the student or the extent of skill, whether the student have acquired or not. Okay. These help in the diagnosis of psychomotor domain. Practical exams are also a quantitative technique of examination, observation. Next one, third one is observation. So first one test, second one practical examination, third one observation. This is another technique of evaluation. Teachers can evaluate the confidence, attitude, aptitude, gesture or behavior of the students by observing them. This we can observe in the college system or in school system. We can our teachers continuously observe the confidence level, attitude and aptitude gestures of the students, isn't it? Now, this involves assessment of affective domain. Okay, assessment. This technique. Observation is the assessment of affective domain. That is feeling of the students. Affective means feeling. Okay, what is that? Feeling of the student. Now, it is a quantitative technique of evaluation. Other qualitative techniques are interview, checklist, rating scale, attitudinal scale, anecdotal record, diaries or journals of students, etc. Evaluation can be conducted internally or externally. Internal evaluation is like class test, whereas the teacher evaluates the students. External in the sense, see, I told you there are two. One is internal evaluation and the next one is external evaluation. This involves any other examiner from the same institute or any other institute such as university exam, board exam or the entrance exam. Okay. Now, sixth point, there are enhances of bias arising in internal evaluation. While selecting the evaluation technique, their effectiveness, simplicity, usefulness, appropriateness, practicability, and availability of the resources should be kept in mind. We have to evaluate the students perfectly without any bias. Then only we know how far the knowledge is acquired in the students or not. Okay. Next one, computer-based evaluation and computer-assisted evaluation. So nowadays, without computer, nothing is possible. So now the evaluation also based on the computer, how it is we see. The term computer-based evaluation or computer-assisted evaluation may seem to be similar as both involve the use of computer in conducting tests. Number two, computer-based evaluation implies the use of online quizzes and tests where the candidates can attempt the paper on computer. Third point, the test can be uploaded online and students will be given its link so that they can access it anywhere. It is used in MOOCs, online courses, online mock test, etc. Now, another way of using computer-based evaluation is for students to visit the designated examination centers and take the test. Fifth one, competitive exams are conducted in this method. For example, NTA is also used this method, but candidates will appear in UGCNET papers in the examination centers allotted to them. It can be used for both objective and descriptive questions for recruitment in banking sector, the main exam also. Seventh point, it includes the English language test comprising essay or letter writing other than multiple choice questions. Computer-assisted evaluation implies the use of computer in evaluation. In competitive exams, optical mark reader, that is OMR, answer sheets are provided to the candidates. The responses marked by the candidates on OMR sheets can be scanned by the OMR device and the scanned data can be recorded in the computer. Then the responses can be evaluated using the computer programs. It will lead to declaration of the result in lesser time as compared to manual checking. The student performance data can be presented in graphs and charts to analyze their trend and progress. This way, in computer-assisted evaluation, computers are used for evaluating and not for conducting tests. So computers are used for evaluating and not to conduct the test. Okay. So this is Royal Academy. This is a phone number. You can contact and join the classes as early as possible and get through UGCNET 2022 and 23. Thank you.